The Boy Who Grew Dragons by Andy Shepherd. Chapter 21. The Long Wait. After school, we were sitting around my room talking about caterpillars. Ha! Only kidding. I just wanted to see if you were paying attention. Obviously, we were talking about dragons. Kat was poring over pages of the library books, while Ted and Kai were feeding Flicker runner beans and laughing as he let out smoky hiccups. "Have you read this?" Kat asked. "About the legend, I mean." "Yeah," I said. "But it's horrid." "What's horrid?" asked Ted. "Flicker's exploding poo." "Yeah, I know. I had it on my forehead, remember?" No, this legend. What it says about how when a dragon breathed out its last fire, it'd also breathe out a dragon fruit. But there were warriors who would seek out and slay the dragon so they could present the precious fruit to the emperor as a treasure. "It's so cruel," she said crossly. The others nodded. "Dragons always get a raw deal in stories," I said. "There's always some stupid knight stomping off to flush out a dragon somewhere who was probably just minding his own business anyway." Ever since my granddad had read The Reluctant Dragon to me, we'd never liked pumped-up heroes looking for glory. We'd both sided with the dragon. We all looked at Flicker, who had settled on my lap. Kat reached over and stroked him. "I hope they were just stupid stories," she said quietly. "How could anyone hurt something as fantastic as him?" "So, you're sure these flowers mean more fruit is coming?" Ted asked for a gazillionth time. "Yeah," I sighed, "I'm sure. I told you, first you get those long, vivid tendrils. Then, over one night, these moon-white flowers blossom, and after that the fruit starts to grow. When they're red, they're ready to hatch. So now, all we have to do is wait." Ted groaned. "I don't know about you, but I find waiting for something is just about the hardest thing to do in the world. Imagine if Christmas, your birthday, and a trip to Disneyland all happened to be on the same day, and you'd just been told you could be magic for that day and ride there on a flying carpet while being served free ice cream sundaes. But first you had to wait, and you didn't know how long. So imagine yourself that excited. And that's about half as excited as we felt. Every day before school, I raced over to Nana and Grandad's, hoping to see signs of the fruit. And as I got into class, 3 eager faces waited for me. Every time I shook my head, it felt like I'd just told them someone had gone back in time and uninvented TV. And they weren't the only ones who were disappointed. I could tell Grandad was too. He kept asking if I was coming back in the afternoon to help out. But ever since I'd told the others the truth, all they wanted to do was play with Flicker. And I didn't want to miss out on that. At last, after several agonising weeks, I ran into school. And I didn't need to say anything, because Ted, Kat and Kai could see the news written all over my face, like I had a neon sign there declaring it. The fruit had come. And although they were only teeny tiny and nowhere near red and ripe, we all knew what it meant. We were officially growing dragons. Chapter 22. Operation Fruit Burst. Luckily for us, dragon fruit grows surprisingly quickly, and by the start of the following week, the fruits had reached the size of mangoes and started to turn red. The plan was this. We would ask my granddad if we could camp in his garden overnight. Then it would be simple enough to sneak down to the vegetable patch and look for the hatching dragons. My grandparents wouldn't even know we weren't fast asleep, and surely there'd be no chance of running into Grim in the dead of night. Even luckier, there was a teacher training day at school on Friday, so we could camp on Thursday night, catch the dragons, and then have an extra long weekend to play with them. You really do have to admire our optimism. So, with Kat and Kai as our team organisers, Operation Fruit Burst got into full swing. Planning is what the twins do best, and by Wednesday morning we had provision plans, equipment lists, and an hour-by-hour timetable of the whole event. It wasn't the worst plan ever. It might even have worked. In the afternoon, as Flicker settled down in the toy box, scratching my latest comic into comfortable-sized pieces for his bed, I looked at the list supplied by Captains Kat and Kai. I scanned to see what I was expected to bring. It seemed pretty thorough, for just the one night. Provision and equipment list by Kat and Kai. Sandwiches, Kat. Marmite and peanut butter. Honey and chocolate spread. Golden syrup with hundreds and thousands. Cake, Ted's basic collection. Iced buns, currant buns, jam donuts, custard donuts, gingerbread, treacle tarts, lemon sprinkle fairy cakes, chocolate muffins, chocolate chip cookies, chocolate cupcakes, and chocolate brownies. Chocolate, Cat and Kai's birthday leftovers, emergency chocolate for hypothermia, extra emergency chocolate for when Ted eats emergency chocolate, tent, sleeping bags, sleeping mats, torches, night vision goggles, walkie-talkies, compass, water bottles filled, mallet, bandages, smelly stuff for repelling bugs, string, woolly hats, nets, face paint. Useful books, Camping in the Wild Outdoors, The Ultimate Survival Handbook, How to Survive a Bear Attack, 101 Deadly Plants. I wasn't sure where I was going to get half this stuff. The only walkie-talkies I could find were Lolly's Dora the Explorer ones, and I wasn't going to be taking those. As it turned out, the main thing we needed was the tent, and I bet you can guess what we forgot. So there we were on Thursday, finally ready to put the plan into action. And yep, no tent. Luckily, Grandad had one kicking about in the garage, along with various bits of dodgy camping kit, including some rusty saucepans which none of us fancied touching, let alone eating from, and an old lantern. "We've had a fair few adventures with this lot, me and your Nan," Grandad chuckled. "Stick it in the front garden," Nana said, and then added, "That way you're nice and close for anyone needing to pop in to use the facilities," which is her polite way of saying the downstairs loo, which is just inside the front door. So, under Grandad's instruction, and in between his stories of camping in the wilderness, we put it up. "Smells like feet," whispered Kat, screwing up her nose. "Looks a bit small," muttered Kai. "And droopy," mouthed Ted. "Good sturdy tent, that," said Grandad, resting his hand on one of the tent poles, and then quickly taking it away as the whole thing sagged precariously. "Good job we aren't planning on sleeping much," murmured Ted. By the time Grandad left us to go inside, we'd got pretty well organised. There wasn't much room, but we figured being that close together would probably help prevent the whole hypothermia thing, which Kai insisted on reading to us about from Horrendous Hazards and How to Avoid Them, a guide to camping safely. I'm not sure we needed to hear in such detail about the stages of frostbite, or to see all those pictures of fingerless hands, but as camp doctor, he was taking no chances. "Right," said Kat as we huddled round the flickering lantern. "Time to get camouflaged. Operation Fruit Burst is go."